Welcome to Shelby Stitcher. This is Joan Parker. I'm adding on to my strippy, scrappy half square triangle quilt fabric roll, and I've been sewing all of these the last couple of days. I try to set aside at least 20 minutes in the morning to sew just because I love to sew so much. This is out of my new stash that I obtained when I was up at my son's house. I went to that little quilt shop that had the fabric strips and the buckets outside, and there are a lot of the very same ones because as I cut them up, I tend to use up all of one fabric before I move on to another, but I am working on at least two, if not three strips at one time. So I'm just going to point out where you can see this orange, pink, and yellow, which is kind of so gross. It's just not my thing. Maybe you're saying, oh, that's the prettiest fabric I've ever seen. Not mine. Here's some tulip pink. You're going to see that one a lot in here. Here's another one of hers and the ladybugs. And there's this blue one that repeats and repeats. So what I'm doing now is taking these and putting them end to end. Keep in mind that this is the ruler that I am using to cut out the triangles. It's called Companion Angle, designed by Darlene Zimmerman. And if I put this up right at the tippy top, I'm using this line that's right under the 7 there to pick out my pieces. So as you can see, this one triangle, if I get that all the way on the fabric, there's only this little tiny triangle I need to fill in. So even if I used a piece that started with that same one, like this one, for example, I'm only going to get a tiny bit of it. And this is mostly going to be in the seam allowance going this way. So I'm not opposed to putting these two this close together. And once I mix these in with the other couple hundred triangles, I can easily spread those out. I would probably turn this around though, so that those two greens were not touching. So I'm going to go to my sewing machine and sew that seam right there. And then I need to pick another one for over here. Now obviously, I'm not starting with this one. I could and just have a wider green section, but I'll flip this one around as well. And I just take a glance to see if there's any other prints that are repeated that are very close together. And these two are sort of close together. So I'm going to take that one off and I'm just going to put this one here because there's nothing in there that matches this close together. Again, these two are the same, but they're going to be far apart. Anyway, remember to use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without.